Hello, folks. Welcome to another football predictions and bet trap. It's another brand new day, a brand new Tuesday, and we are back with our predictions right on this very channel. As usual, as we do all day, always looking out for games that are happening across the globe. Looking at the statistics as well, and it allows us to make bets on these very games before bringing it forward for you. Okay, today we have some exciting games going on across the globe. The Champions League matches are back, and we'll be looking at these Champions League matches. Remember, this is the knockout stage, and we'll have some quite, very exciting matches around. Okay, in a short while, we'll be looking at these matches one after the other, but I'm going to ask you the first, coming across our video for the first time, and are yet to subscribe, take out time to hit the subscription button right now so that you will not miss out on our games that will always come up on this very channel on a daily basis. All right, do not miss out. Hit the button, turn on the notification so that each time we make our video, you always get notified so that you don't miss out, on our predictions that will always come up. Okay, that being said, without further ado, let's get to the business of today, and we'll be starting with the very first match in I think the most exciting match in the Champions League today. It is the match between Manchester City, and Real Madrid. Okay, and when you look at these two teams in the last six, you can see that Man City have actually, um, won four matches, but I've also had two losses in the last six games that I had so far. And away side, Real Madrid have as well won four matches in the last six games, and they've also had one loss and as well as one draw. And when you look at how these two teams have performed on home and away basis, you can see that Manchester City have actually won, six matches in the last 10 games that they had so far. They've also lost two and have had two draws. And on the away side, Real Madrid that won seven matches in the last 10 away games that they have so far, and they've lost two games and one draw in the last, 10 away matches. All right, on head-to-head basis, the last two times both teams met, so they're playing out a draw on both occasions. We saw them playing at a 3-3 draw, at Madrid, and also a 1-1 draw at, Man City's home. All right, Man City will be playing from home on this occasion, and I do not really expect to see Real Madrid losing out entirely in this very one. So we do expect to see, their away side, either winning or draw in this very encounter. I will win or draw. That's what we expect for that very game. All right, and that takes us to the next Champions League match. It is Sporting CP coming up against Borussia Dortmund. All right, it's quite a very exciting game as well. When you look at the games for both sides, you could see that Sporting, the home side, have actually won three matches and two draws. They've lost that one match in the last six outings. And looking at Borussia Dortmund, they managed just two victories and one draw, but have lost three games in the last six matches. All right, on that home and away performances, you can see that the home side Sporting CP have actually won six matches in the last 10 home matches. They've also had two draws as well as two losses. Okay, and the away side, Borussia Dortmund have managed only three victories in the last 10 away matches. They've also had one draw, but have lost six games out of those. All right, that tells you a lot. Not the best playing from away. Okay, and on head-to-head basis, last time both teams met was actually 2021. We saw Sporting beating this very side by 3-1 on that occasion. But in this very encounter, we go for goals, all noting the fact that Sporting have been scoring lots of goals, and Borussia Dortmund have also been scoring in most of their away games that I've had so far. So we expect to see both sides scoring in this one, and our verdict is actually a minimum of 3 goals in this very encounter, over 2.5. That's what we expect for this very game. All right, and that takes us to the next Champions League match. It is Juventus facing PSV. All right, Juventus have seen 3 victories and 1 draw, but have also lost 2 games in the last 6 matches. And away side PSV have actually managed 4 victories, but have also seen 2 draws. They've not lost a single match in the last 6 games that they have so far. And when you look at how the two teams are fared on home and away basis, we see that Juventus, the home side, have been able to achieve 5 victories in the last 10 matches. They've also had 3 draws, but have lost 2 matches as well. And the away side, on the other hand, PSV have had 4 victories, 2 draws in the last 10 away matches, but have also lost 4 games as well. And when you look at how this team fared the last time they met, it was last year September. We saw Juventus play from home, and they also defeated this very side by 3-1 on that occasion. But we see PSV doing so well in recent times, and in this very encounter, it is so difficult to call, but we will expect to see goals appearing here, and we will go for a minimum of 2 goals in this very encounter, and we expect to see over 1.5. That's what value for this very game. And the next Champions League game that we have for you today is the game of the French clubs, where we have Brest, who will be up against Paris Saint-Germain. All right, Brest in the last 6 have seen 3 victories and 3 losses, while Paris Saint-Germain, their wayside, have actually won 5 games in the last 6 matches, and also they've had 1 draw in the last 6 games that they have so far. And looking at how these two teams fared on home and away basis, Brest have actually done very well, having won 5 games in the last 10 home matches, and have also had 2 draws as well as 3 losses. And away side, Paris Saint-Germain, on the other hand, have won 7 matches in the last 10 away matches, and they've also had 2 draws, and have lost just 1 game in the last 10 away games that they had. That loss came in the match against Bayern Munich, but they've been doing so very well. Paris Saint-Germain doing so well, signing good players in January, and we expect to see a lot of actions in this one, and we expect their way side winning this very one. Also noting the fact that the last time they met, it was the Paris Saint-Germain who won from away by 5 goals to 2. So we expect that dominance to continue. Our side to win out shortly. That's what we expect that very game. All right, and the next time we have for you is an English FA Cup, and we have Exeter City facing Nottingham Forest. All right, Exeter have managed just 1 win and a draw in the last 6 games, but have lost 4 matches. Away side, Nottingham Forest have won 4 games, and they've drawn 1, and they've also had 1 loss in the last 6 matches. All right, looking at how these two teams have performed on home and away basis, you can see that for the home side, Exeter City have had 3 victories and 2 draws, but have lost 5 matches in the last 10 home matches. And the away side, on the other hand, Nottingham Forest have had 5 victories in the last 10 away games. They've also had 2 draws as well as 3 losses. All right, we put all that together. Also, noting the fact that we know that Nottingham Forest have been doing so very well, even in the English Premier League, and we do expect them to, defeat this very side, Exeter side, easily, and it is our side to win. That's what we expect for that very encounter. Okay. And the next game that we have is in Wales Premier League. We'll have Canterbury Town who will be facing the new Saint-Germain. All right, when you have the same games for Canterbury Town, in the last 6 matches, they've also had 3 victories and 1 draw, but have lost 2 matches. But the West side, on the other hand, TNS have won the entire thing they've played in recent times, winning all the 6 games that they've had in recent games. All right, and looking at how these two teams have fared home and away basis, you can see that playing from home, Canterbury Town have actually managed 4 victories and 1 draw, but have lost 5 matches in the last 10 home matches. And away games for the away side, TNS have had 6 victories in the last 10 away games, and they've also had 4 losses out of those 10 games that they have so far. All right, I'm looking at how they fared on head-to-head basis. The last time they met, we saw TNS beating this very side from away. That was in December of last year by 5 goals to 2. And prior to that, we saw Canterbury Town also beating TNS by 2 goals to 1 from away. And as a matter of fact, the last 6 head-to-head meetings have actually produced lots of goals. The last 10 head-to-head meetings have seen over 2.5, appearing in this very fixture 9 times out of 10. And putting that into consideration, we expect to see a lot of goals in this one, and it is a minimum of 3 goals appearing in this very encounter. And over 2.5, that's what we expect for that very encounter. Okay, and that brings our operation for you today on Betcraft to conclusion. Now, I wish you the very best of luck, and I just hope your ticket goes great. Also, remember to play responsibly. These are football matches. It may not be exactly what it seems. Sometimes there might be surprises. All right, that being said, tomorrow is another day, and we'll be up here with our predictions. Do not miss out. But until that time, keep winning.